It's Zero at PG Zone HD, and today we're going to be opening up a total of 13 items, including 2 Kinder Joy chocolate surprise eggs and 11 blind boxes. Now we're going to start the video off by opening up our Kinder Joy eggs first. And I actually never start videos off with the eggs. That's why I was like, you know what, today we're going to do something a little bit different. So let's go ahead and check out this first egg, which is, it's a bit of an older Kinder Joy egg, so it's going to have an older toy inside of it. We have a new one and an old one. And for this one, we got some sort of contraption, it looks like. It looks like we got quite a few pieces here, a couple feet. Okay, so I'll get this put together and we'll see what it looks like. And this one actually made me laugh a little bit once I realized what it was. So you get this is like a little soccer ball, and you also get a little goal to shoot the soccer ball in, and then 2 feet are supposed to go on your fingers. However, my fingers are just a little too big for this. So I can't exactly do it, but you put these on your fingers and then you can kick the ball into the goalpost. So that was actually a really creative toy. Now for our second Kinder Joy egg, this one's a little bit newer. This one is the Jurassic Park egg that came out for the Jurassic Park movie that's out in theaters. And for this one, it looks like we got, oh wow. You know, I think I called this a brontosaur in another video, and it definitely was not. An Apatosaurus, something like that. But here's a look at some of the pieces for this. And let's just go ahead and snap this together real quick. And here's a closer look at this little guy now that he's all snapped together. This might actually be one of the best dinosaurs in that entire set, because you can't actually see any of his bones once he's snapped together, and he actually looks pretty cool. That's a nice looking dinosaur. Now to show you guys the chocolate, so this is gonna be the new chocolate that I'm about to munch on. So here's a look at what the brand new chocolate looks like. As you can see, it looks very, very tasty. And in comparison, here's a look at some older chocolate that I'm not going to eat. So the one in my left hand on this side is the old chocolate, and this is the new one. So you can kind of tell the difference. The little chocolate balls have melted a little bit. Alright, so moving on along, let's go ahead and open up our first Kidrobot blind box. So as you can see with all the blind boxes I have out here today, this is a Kidrobot special video. These are all Kidrobot blind boxes. So let's go ahead and open up the first one. This is Fatcap Series number 3. And while I'm opening this up, I do want to share one thing with you guys. I am battling a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little different in this video, that's probably why. But for our, wow, what is that? Okay, for our first blind box figure of the day, we got this guy right here. And this one says on the back by Montana Colors, it's number 94, so pretty simple looking figure. This one is a 1 in 40, so it's actually one of the harder to get figures in this set. We've been on a roll with getting some harder to get figures lately. So next up, we have one of the most rarest blind boxes that I have. So this is going to be the Kidrobot Simpsons 2010. So this one's about 8 years old. It's extremely hard to find. Here's a look at some of the different figures that you can collect. Here's a look at the other side. Let's go ahead and get this one opened up. This box actually it's self-combusted, just putting a little like pressure on it. So for this one, looks like we got Willie. So we got this guy, Willie. So here's a look at Willie's card, and here's a look at the groundskeeper. And this one is a 2 in 20. There's a look at the box. He's right there on the corner. So 2 in 20 is kind of a common one. Comes with his little trusty plunger. It's kind of a creepy looking guy. So let me go ahead and move on along to our next blind box. Now this is actually, I want to say this one, yeah, this one's really old. So this is from 2007. This blind box is 11 years old. It's one of the oldest blind boxes I have. This one is made by the same guy that works for Kidrobot, or is in association with Kidrobot, Joe Ledbetter. He's the one that made the new Outsiders blind boxes. And these figures, you'll notice, actually look a lot like those. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. And for this one, oh wow, so what are the chances of that? We actually got the same figure that's hanging out way up here. So it looks like we kind of got a duplicate. I don't have enough of these to where I can open another one for you guys, unfortunately, but this one is a 3 in 20. So he's one of the more common figures, which is probably why I already had one. So let's just go ahead and move on along. This is going to be the Outsiders. So this is the brand new one from Kidrobot. Here's a look at some of the different figures. Still have not gotten Lava Bubbles. We also have not seen Pinky or Moonbeam. We're missing a few in this series. We've opened about half the case so far. And for this one, if I ever find the tear strip, it feels like a new one. And it's not. Womp womp. Oh, it is. Okay. Sorry. For some reason, I saw the little bill, the little beak, and I thought for a minute there it was the Pelican, but we actually did get a new one. This one is Darwin, the last of the dodo birds. So this is a dodo, and it says DFL, little ribbon right there. Not sure what that stands for. Here's a look at the other side. So if you notice, his little wings and his feet are its own separate thing. Like they're actually attached to the figure. They're not just painted on there. And he's wearing a cute little hat. So that is a really awesome figure. I love the Joe Ledbetter stuff. It's probably, I want to say overall, he's probably my favorite artist when it comes to making blind boxes. Let's go ahead and grab the other Outsiders that's hanging out back here. Here's a look at the figures just one more time. And actually, what was the odds of that one? This one is a 1 in 24, so he's actually one of the harder figures to get. So for this one, let me see. Can't tell. Kind of feels a little bit like the skateboarding rat. Hopefully it's not. Oh, we got a, oh, I was going to say we got another new one, but it's not. It's this guy who was actually already sitting out on the table for today's video. It's Allie, the dumpster diver, and since we got him and he was already sitting out, you guys know the rule. I'm going to go ahead and grab another blind box. We're going to open another one of these. Here we go, third and final one. The only way I'm going to open another one is if we get either the platypus or the ones that we just already had sitting out on the table. So let's see what we get for this one. We got, oh, is this a new one? It is. Yeah, we got a new one. So it looks like we got Rico. It says skunk with the funk. So that was a funny little saying. And then for this one, he's down in the bottom corner. He's a 2 in 24. And, you know, when I first pulled him out of the box, I thought he was maybe a mouse or something, but actually he is a skunk, and his shirt says, "Deal with it." I guess he's referring to his really bad odor. And he's kind of like, he looks a little bit like Buddha. He's kind of like in a Buddha stance. And the one thing I really like about these figures, like this one for example, are these tails. Like if you notice, a lot of these figures have these really like odd shaped, like flat items on their body, which makes them look really good. It makes them stand out. So next up we have the Art of War. This one was a subscriber requested blind box recently. So here's a look at some of the different figures that you can collect. We are definitely missing the Chaser right there. Have never gotten that one. In the last video, we got this guy right here in the middle. And on this other side, I want to say we're missing this Chaser as well. We did get this pirate at some point, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. I did get this guy right here as well. Don't think I got him, but let's go ahead and get this opened up. We'll see who we get. And for this one, we got, oh wow, definitely got a new one. So this is kind of a weird looking card that goes with this one. So I'm trying to figure out what that's supposed to be. Oh, okay, so he's actually standing in front of a tank with a sign, which is something from what, like the 1960s or 70s? So he's got a little sign holding up right there, and there's a look at his face. He looks kind of sad or sleepy, not sure which one. Wow, I've never seen ears like that on one of these. That's kind of creative as well. He's got like this orange highlight tint to his hair and his ears, and his nose is a little reddish as well, but that's a really cool figure. I like that one. So moving along, we have the Zoomies. Now this is another one that's really old. This one is from 2008, so this one's 10 years old. Definitely old, opening some old blind boxes today. And I've opened almost the entire case of these. We are getting pretty low on these, so probably won't be opening a whole lot more of them. But we got a lot of parts for this, so I'm going to get them all put together. We'll see what he is. And the neat thing about the Zoomies is they come with these Zoomies driver's license, and it looks like today we got Ed Zoomie. His birthday's pretty close to mine. Mine's 4/12. And here's a look at our character. So he comes with a little bird, and in the picture, he's actually holding the bird, but it doesn't seem like there's any way that that actually snaps into his hand. But it's a little yellow bird, and he comes with a wrench. And, you know, I've opened a lot of these blind boxes, and I still don't know what the Zoomies are. I don't know if it's based off of a TV show or a cartoon, or if it's something that somebody just made up. But Ed's right here. He's a 2 and 20. But if somebody could just comment and let me know, I am kind of curious what the Zoomies are. Is it like an old TV show that I've never heard of? I have no idea. So before we open the blind box, let me show you guys. This is the side of the box. These are some of the different figures that you can collect. We did get the chaser for this, which if I remember correctly was a Homer, but we have not gotten the Duff Man, which is right there. This is another subscriber requested blind box. This is actually the last one of these that I have. This will be the final one that I ever open. And for this one, it looks like we got Radioactive Man, which is right here. He's a 2 and 20, one of the more common figures, right next to one of my favorite figures in the set, the Moo Moo Homer. So this is actually going to be the final one of these. It makes me a little sad, but that is our Radioactive Man. Now we have the smaller version of these, which have different figures in them. It does not have the same figures that the larger one comes with. So these are going to be like little accessories that you can put with the larger figures. And let's go ahead and get this opened up. And for this one, we got the Bart Slingshot, which is a new one. I have never gotten this one. Now for this blind box, I have a lot of these. So if you guys want to see more of this one, just let me know in the comments. But today we got Bart's Slingshot. Unfortunately, we don't have a Bart to put it on. But there's that one, and then we have two left. We have the Dunny Sideshow series, and I keep wanting to rip these open without showing it to you guys. So here's a look at the one side, here's a look at the other, and you know, I'm still missing quite a bit of these. I know I haven't gotten the green one, the blue one right there. Don't think I've gotten that one, don't think I've gotten the chaser, so pretty good feeling we'll get a new one today. I want to say I still have maybe half a case of these left. I know I have a few left. I don't know how many exactly. Alright, so definitely got a new one today. And I'm going to get this out of the bag. It looks like a fishing rod. This figure really made me smile. Like, this is so awesome. Alright, so let me explain what's going on here. This one's name is called the Sailfish, or Sailfish. And he's a fish who has gone fishing. He's got a fishing rod and has hooked himself in the mouth. So he's a fish that hooked himself. That is absolutely awesome. Like, I absolutely love this figure. This is probably one of the most awesome figures that I've opened in quite some time. It's not that colorful. It's not really that like nice looking as far as like the design of him. I mean, he's really shiny. He's really cute, but as far as the whole fishing rod and him hooking himself in the mouth, and then his name is the Sailfish, that's a winner. That's gonna go somewhere special. I really love that figure. Alright, so moving on along to our final blind box of the day, we have the Marty Vale Dunny. Here's a look at one side, and here's a look at the other. And if I go too fast, you can always pause it if you want to look at the individual figures on the side. But for our final figure of the day, wow, we got a pretty big one. So I'm going to get them all put together. We'll see what he looks like. And this is definitely one of the bigger figures in this set. This one's a 1 in 16. He's not like one of the rares, but he's also not one of the commons. He's kind of like in between. And his legs don't actually snap on. He pretty much just rests on it. The other one's kind of on there a little bit better, but it doesn't actually snap in there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video for today. If you did, be sure and press the like button. If there's a specific blind box that you want to see more of here on the channel, just comment below. I will be back this weekend to cover some more LEGO Incredibles for those following along with that game coverage. This is ZerO, and as always, thank you guys for stopping by.